That last portion shouldn't have made it here, but you're starting to get the picture. The world is not a boring place. We are living in a time where bishops are found saying that knowledge is indicating out the ultimate benevolent good, that what a glorious time to be alive. This acknowledgement has reinvigorated a new sense of study for me. So I'm into this profound sentiment of delving into InSearch as I'm traveling along with the 1967 version of the book on one hand and the reprinted copy from 94 on the other. I'm thinking to myself, what are you really looking for? Are you doing this for scrutiny or to come to find out that material may have been omitted? See, the reality is, whether this particular publishing company is guilty of such a thing or not within the confines of these particular books, we know that omission happens. We also know that data is tampered with to fit hypotheses, to preserve or retain tenure, or in other words, to attain a livelihood. The question that then arises is, do you wish to continue along this road, or do you just want to enjoy the text? You see, what I originally thought was going to happen turned out to pivot itself, irrespective of my original intention. Here's what proceeded afterwards. How do you explain to someone who or what God is? How do you begin to plead to someone that taking interest in God is in their best interest? At first glance, a response that comes to mind through the appeal of that instinct which moves us to preserve ourselves, to be precise. Naturally, one would think, how does God preserve me? Why would he preserve me? More so, why would God be willing to preserve me? What happens when the sensibility stemming from non-physical intimacy is missing from our lives? What has that got anything to do with me? How do these intimacies grant awarenesses to vulnerabilities? What do vulnerabilities have anything to do with me, God, or preservation? How do my outlooks on life, experiences, reflection, awareness, sensibility change based on my vulnerability and voluntary self-exposure toward God? What are these notions? What are these notions that God knows us better than we know ourselves? Isn't that a little creepy? Does that make him some kind of a pervert? He can't know everything about me. He can't know everything about us. Can he? Surely, there are things we can keep from him, right? What does it say for an individual character who believes they can keep secrets from God? What of the individuals who say they are godless, who proclaim they are without God because God doesn't exist? Does God cease to exist simply because a man or two or